Okay. So this week I had a new client who's moving, and he said, I need you to come in and tell me the most efficient way to move.
Oh, yeah?
And what I will tell you a big, huge secret about my insecurities.
No.
Yeah.
We're going to find out?
Yeah.
Okay.
What we gotta find
Sometimes
out?
how insecure I am.
Okay.
Sometimes I feel like a fraud. Yeah.
No. Why?
Because what I do is like it's something that I think in my head.
Uh-huh.
What you do is numbers and, there's codes and there's textbooks and there's stuff.
Uh-huh.
You do things the way you have to do things
Or want to.
or want to. The way I do things,
But there's guidelines is what you're
there's
saying.
guidelines. There's no guidelines for what I do when somebody calls me and says, I would like your expertise in how to effectively,
Move?
efficiently move.
Yes.
I panic.
Why? You're the professional. You're being paid to do this.
I
I
know.
know.
But the thing is, I make it up in my head. Do you know what I'm saying? There's
Yeah?
a difference.
Okay, maybe.
I mean, if somebody needs a new roof, you go out and you measure and you know what kind of wood to put on and for the rain and for these conditions and blah 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 blah.
But if there's something wrong with the house and nobody can figure out why it's wrong, then we have to go out there and try and figure it out. Why is this leaking? Why is this not working? And we have to come up with a
'Cause
solution
it's broke.
Right.
because it's
And
broke.
you have to come up with a solution.
Right. So
Right.
what they're asking for is what's your solution to moving efficiently?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. And then they want to know how long it's going to take. And I can't answer those questions. I can't answer.
Right.
But what I started to do then is put together a list of things, advice that I have for people who are moving.
Really? Little notebook.
Little notebook. And I realized that I do have some tips, but I still panic when people
Thank you.
want.
You're
welcome. What was that all about?
His tea was delivered, I'm sure.
Oh my goodness.
That is correct, sir.
Yeah, his tea was delivered without the boss getting on camera.
Gee.
Right.
So she was crawling on the floor.
Oh.
lifting up.
No, it's over there on the table behind the screen.
That was cute.
Uh-huh.
So anyway, so I realized there are some things that maybe people don't normally think of. And one is if you have a big move, you're labeling boxes, right?
Uh-huh.
Some people just say kitchen.
Right.
So you have to decide what you want the box labeled because some people want kitchen, box number 1, Tupperware, move into the third cabinet, and I need my last name on every side of the box in case the moving company loses it. Okay, so you, homeowner, have to decide, do you want a list of what's the contents of the box? Do you also want me to prepare a typed list that you can then go search for and say, I want my spatula, what number box is it in?
Uh-huh.
How detailed do you as the client want to be?
I saw movers that actually printed out labels that went on the box, and each label was listing what was in the box and had pictures of the bigger stuff.
Yeah.
And then they would put that sticker on the box.
I don't know how you, well, I mean, I know you could get the picture on a label, but.
They were printing these labels. It was like a labeling machine that they had with the laptop. And they would
Wow.
just type it up, hit the printer, boom, it'd print out that sticker. On the box it went. Out the door. Next one.
So how detailed does somebody want to be?
Right.
How much time and money do you want to put into this?
Or are you just taking a bunch of stuff and throwing it in garbage bags and throwing it in the back
Right.
of a pickup truck and moving it to the next spot?
So if you want efficient, what is your definition of efficient versus what is my definition of efficient?
Right.
I've typed up lists for people with, everything in every box and no one's ever used it. I've also had people say if you are renting a moving truck, like let's say you're doing a cross-country move and they're moving 2 families at one time, they say you want your name on every single box, on every corner or every side of every box. To me, that's a little bit of overkill.
I did a UPS thing, man. You only want to name one place, otherwise it gets confusing.
I
Yeah.
think, what I usually do is a top and a side. So depending, what angle you're looking at, if you're looking down, you see a bunch of boxes, you move and it's like, oh, kitchen.
So
You know.
you label the bottom so that you know the top is up.
Anywho, the other thing, so your efficiency and my efficiency are going to be two different things. The other thing that I found is, so that's like a confusing, helpful thing. Another confusing, helpful thing is people say, oh, that's going to move into the second bedroom, or and that's going to move into the third bedroom. Or they say that's going to move into the upstairs bedroom by the bathroom, or that's going to move into Janie's room, or that's going to move into the green room or the blue room.
Right.
We need to
Assuming you
all
haven't painted before the moving truck shows up.
we need to all be on the same page,
Uh-huh.
because what's Janie's room to you and
It
me
doesn't make any sense. 'Cause
doesn't
you don't-
make any sense.
Because you don't know where Janie's room is unless you're putting stickers on the rooms.
Exactly. So actually Tuesday I'm going to walk through the new house with the client, and we're going to label a room so I know, he knows, and the mover knows exactly what we're talking about.
There you
so
go.
just a couple efficient tips.
See? By the expert mover,
Ooh, I'm not.
Robbie Earhart.
I'm not. Ooh, pressure. That's scary.
We'll be